Hello, welcome back to another video. So in this video I'm going to try and recreate a lava lamp look that I'd seen on the internet. I went and watched a video. It's by a lovely woman called Claire Wood. She's a Glitterbels ambassador, but she'd done the set in acrylics and it looked amazing. But I thought I'd try it in gel only because I couldn't be bothered to get my acrylic stuff out, and it's a bit late in the day, so it would smell in my house. My husband would come home and he'd have a headache, and I don't need that. And also I thought, well, if you're just a gel person trying out or learning, you could just do it in gel. So for the top and base I used the silver metallic base for the, well, here it's gold and I had no silver chroming powder. I only had gold chroming powder and it didn't look right, so I thought I'd try the silver base. I'm not that good at it. The application weren't pretty. Like I say, my applications aren't pretty, but it was just a try, right? I will link everything in the description box below. If I can, I will try and find a picture of Claire's set, because it's just a beautiful set. I loved it. So I'm getting some black gloss from Glitterbels, and what I'm going to do is I'm just going to paint the top and the tip, because you need a stiletto nail for this look, right? Because you need the point. Just black, because I didn't know how it would work with the silver. I weren't sure, because I've never really tried the metallic. I bought it and I've only ever done swatches on them. I've never really actually used them. I do find that metallic paints are a bit difficult to use. You've got to be like really perfect, like confident in using it, because if you swipe it once it will just melt and it will be perfect. But I find that if I brush it too often it starts to get lines, and some's dried before others and it looks horrible. So what I did here was I just painted the tip and then I painted the top black, give them 2 coats under the LED, 30-second per coat. So now I'm getting a really lovely neon pink from Glitterbels called On Wednesdays I Wear, and it's a vibrant pink. I might make another video doing it in acrylics from a proper angle next time, I think. So what I did was I got a dotting tool, and because I was so far away from the camera I didn't realise how far away I was from the camera, because it's literally in front of me. So I've had to look around the side just to see where I am. So what I'm doing is I'm just putting a few dots of the pink, and then this I do a big dot, and then what I do is I just drag it up, and then I get my brush and I bring it up and I tidy it up and make sure that it's good. If the edges aren't how I want it, I get a dry brush and I just go around the edges, and what I do is the paint that I'm moving I drag it up to the top, so that I've got a bit of paint at the top of the design instead of having to repaint it again. I hope that sort of makes sense. Yeah, you're dragging it with a dry brush and you're just moving it basically from one end to the other. So this is what it looks like. I do try, I think. So what I did was I got the tiniest amount of black, and I mixed it in with the pink to try and create a little bit of shadowing. It wasn't that great, so yeah, my shadowing's not that good. There's not much depth to it, and you really need to give it a good shadowing. I think it probably would have been easier to shadow with acrylic, it's funnily enough that. But yeah, so what I did was I just put the a tip of black paint in with a whole great big blob of pink, just to make it a little bit darker, just to try and create for a bit of depth, because you want it to look like there's a bit of substance to it, right? It's got to look round, yeah? So you just go over each of your dots with this darker pink, just to try and create a little bit of shadowing. I don't know if the effect really worked very well. I'm hoping it did. But I was quite, you know, I am happy. I would never put up a video or never do anything if I'm not happy with it. No one gets to see it because I'm not happy with it. Now, this ain't pretty and this ain't perfect, but I'm not pretty and I ain't perfect. So, you know, you're not going to get perfection from me at the moment because I'm still practicing, right? So this is it with shadow. If you can sort of make out shadow, you can sort of make out little tiny dark spots, but not much. So now I'm going to go in with the clear base. You get a clear base and then you get a metallic base with the set. So I put the clear base on, and the clear base was really thick and gloopy. I didn't realise how thick it would be. Am I doing the base? I am doing the base. Trying to get it out. Don't forget, I'm trying to look around the camera so I can't see. So yes, typical me, out of shot. I'm trying to look, see, it's really thick, this base is really thick and gloopy. What I did was, once I put the base on, I was happy. I just held it upside down for a few seconds just to let that base level out a bit, because I really wanted the silver to sort of like look good on there, to be honest with you. But I shouldn't, you know, when you just do something, you think, oh, let me just try that, and then you're like, maybe I shouldn't have tried that. You'll see what I mean in a bit. So I put some on the bottom, and then I made sure the top had enough. I got my liner brush and I just drew a line just to hopefully make sure that it was decent enough. You'll see that it weren't that great, but you know, the principle's there, right? So if you carry on with the principle, then your application will start to get better. But because, you know, mine weren't that great, and this is just my first attempt, and it's just a quick video going up, I just thought, yeah. So again, out of shot, I'm gonna have to change my nails. I will be changing my nails at some point. So in a video, I will be doing a different set. Not on my own. I'm not making a video of me doing my nails, by the way. I just show you what they look like afterwards, because like I say, my application's not pretty. So I'm just making sure that everything's got enough base coat on it. Hold it upside down to level it, stick it in the lamp for 30 seconds, and then bring it out, and then you paint it. The silver, you paint the metallic. This is really nerving for me doing this bit, and I get a bit anxious now doing it as well. This is all real time. This isn't sped up, obviously. You can see how slow I'm being. But I just thought, let me just try it. I'll leave a video like so. I'll put it on the bottom. One brush, whoa, and that is it. You just want one brush, and look how that it just melts and just evens out. The top, didn't turn out as great as I thought it would be. I should have swooshed across instead of like going down. Yeah, not like, yeah, because really it's meant to sort of melt together, like swim together, to look like a piece of metal. Didn't turn out that great. Did not turn out that great. I'm just over, I think I'm using the brush too much. Yeah, but you can see it sort of starts to melt together. If I tipped it the other way, see in the lines it starts to sort of melt together and look like, it's supposed to look like one piece of metal. Yeah, that didn't happen. And then I just thought, let me just drag, because I weren't happy with the tip, like the end. But the tip turned out perfect because it was one swoosh. Perfect. The top, mind you, it started to go, but it just got to the point where it won't go no more. I was like, okay, what do I do now? I don't know how to use this stuff. Listen, if you don't practice, you're never going to know, right? So what I did was, I just think I got another brush and I swooshed back over it. I think I did give it a second coat, because I baked it under my light for 30 seconds. And then I think, yeah, I gave it a second coat. And you can see it sort of melted a bit better together on this coat. But that's the look. You want it to be like seamless and not lumpy. But it is. So I think, what do I do now? I think what I do is, so because the nail's bumpy and I like it smooth, I get a glob of, quite a big glob of base coat just to fill it out. That's all it's for. So I paint the whole nail with base coat. First I do the middle bit, and then I do the top and bottom. I just fill it out with base coat and turn it upside down just to let it settle a bit and even out a bit. Just because I like the design, but I don't like the feel. I feel a nail to feel smooth. Yeah, I'm going to try this in acrylics and see how it goes. I don't know if it's going to be any better. I'll have to try it in acrylic, right? I do like to test myself on some of these things and look at it and think, oh God, Mish, that is so shit. What's the matter with you? You're not Leonardo da Vinci, you know. But that's it, base coated. So now I'm going to get the biggest amount of top coat. You need a big gloopy amount of top coat. I do. So what I do is I literally coat it with top coat, and I will bake that for 60 seconds to make sure it's literally penetrated all the way through. Right? And I might have actually base coated it already, top coated it already. I'm not sure. Nope. Right, okay, so I have base coated, top coated it, and as you can see, I've filed it. So I filed it smooth, and then I buffed it. So what you need to do is you need to get a lint-free wipe with a bit of acetone or a bit of rubbing alcohol and just quickly wipe it over. You don't really need to use acetone. You can use rubbing alcohol, would be probably the better thing to do. And then what I thought I'd do is I'll just go around the edge of the bottom and the top with black gel just to, I was gonna, oh yeah, that's it, I was starting to put the top coat on. I'm like, no Mish, you forgot something. So I got some black and I just edged it, really, because I'd made a mistake. You can always edge it, right? It would change a bit of your design, but nothing major really. And I just edged that as well, just to make sure it looked tidy. And then if it was wrong, because you can see I've made a bit of a mistake on that bit, so then I just got my dry brush and straightened it out. Yeah, so once I've done it, I'm really happy. With these pots, I've got a little thing, that segment that comes up and explains them in a sec, so I won't be doing a voiceover on that bit because my voice will be telling you as I go along. But yeah, just get a dry brush and just make a straight line, make it tidy. And then what I do is I just go around the top, because where I've overfiled it and it looks a bit meh, I just went across the top with a bit of the black gel as well, just to tidy up the edge really, because I've made a mistake. That's the thing, if you make a mistake, you can always just do a little bit of a redesign and get some gel or a bit of polish, get some gel paint or a bit of polish, gel polish, say it right, and then just draw a cuff or do something around it. You know, that's why I do. Sometimes I'll have like polish, like lines and things on my nails, because I've actually done a mistake and I've just decided I'll just clear it up with the polish. Just like draw a line around it or do something just to tidy it up, just to make sure that, you know, it doesn't look like you've made a mistake. It's a cheat really. It's like if you over buff on something, you can, or if you make a mistake on a design, stick some glitter on it. No one's going to know the difference unless you turn around and say, I made a mistake so I covered it in glitter. No one's going to know. Oh, sorry. You going in? Oh dear. It's like 7:10 in the evening and I've got to go and figure out something for dinner. Right, here comes a piece of information about this stuff. I'm not saying that this is a really good paint in gel, but because I do have contact dermatitis, I have to be very careful if I get this on my skin. So once I've finished using it, I just get a bit of isopropyl alcohol and I just clean my hands with it and just make sure that my hands have got none of it on there. But I'm not saying this is very good, and it comes in lovely colours, absolute amazing colours. And I couldn't afford proper gel paints, you know, from other companies, so this is just as good. But it's just be very careful with it on your skin. Yeah, so like I said, it is a very good gel. Yes, be very careful on your skin. It burnt my skin because I got contact dermatitis. It burnt my skin. So this is it finished. I matte top coated it, and then I thought I would put a shiny coat on the silver, because then it makes it look good, right? Because it's supposed to be shiny. It's not perfect. You can see like dimples and things. That's the stuff about that. It just gives it away. See, look, I had like gold chroming powders. I didn't have a silver, so that's why I tried the silver base. But you just all trial and error, innit? Yeah. You've got to practice with that silver base, I think. But it's got little tiny bubbles in, which I was quite happy with because of the clear coat. It made it really bubbly. I was quite happy with that because it adds character to it, right? So when I looked at it close, I'm like, oh, little bubbles. Look, mistakes. I made mistakes. But I'm not perfect. Yeah, I thought they weren't all too bad. They was all right. I could do better. I will do more practicing. But I will definitely put this lovely lady's description, her channel in my description box, and a picture of the nails that she done in the video. But anyway, leave me a comment in the description box below if you want, and hit the bell, like and subscribe and share, and I shall see you in my next video. See you later. Ta-da. Bye.